Hi, I'm Tim, but maybe you know that already. Hi, I'm Tim. I'm Tim. I'm Tim. I'm Tim. Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to my thoughts. If you've seen any of my dozens of video essays, you may have at some point found yourself wondering how I made them. Well, if you're watching this, you're about to find out. Today I'll be peeling back the curtain, giving you a look behind the scenes, detailing the process of how I make a video essay. Let's get started. I'm Tim, and welcome to my thoughts. Makoto Shinkai is a director of intense films. Before any work can begin, I first had to figure out what would the essay actually be about. In this stage, everything is nebulous. Maybe I'll be watching a movie, a show, reading a book, playing a game, when suddenly there's a burst of inspiration. Add it to the list. In this case, a concept grabbed hold and never quite let go. The evolution of Makoto Shinkai. Nothing was set in stone, but it was time to dive headfirst into Phase 1. Research. 9 films, over 10 hours of material. Watch, take notes, change films, watch, take notes, rinse, repeat. I knew I needed to go through every film in Shinkai's catalog and note as many interesting things as possible. Plot, direction, animation, motifs, metaphors, the general progression of his skills and techniques as a filmmaker, as a storyteller. Once the viewing was complete, I could then compile and condense all the notes I took in preparation for the next phase. Writing. I always begin with the basics, the outline. Outlines help me sketch out my thoughts and ideas while also creating a backbone for the eventual essay to follow. It gives me a chance to roughly dictate the main points I want to go over and creates a sense of how to tie them into an overarching thesis. To be honest, the writing process is pretty chaotic. It's full of constant rewrites, edits, deletions, and more rewrites. Sometimes I'll write for 2 hours straight. Sometimes I'll stare at the same words for 30 minutes. Breaks are an absolute necessity. They give me time to breathe, reset my headspace, and change up the perspective. Write, edit, delete, break. Write, edit, delete, walk. Write, edit, delete, question life, meditate, and so on and so on. But somehow, eventually, miraculously, a final draft emerges. And now we head to the recording studio. Mic, pop filter, Audacity, check levels, seashells by the seashore. Record. Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to my thoughts. Edit down retakes, process audio, reduce noise, compress waveforms, limit highs, normalize, cleaned and ready for export, in lossless FLAC format, of course. Now we arrive at the final and longest phase of the process, the phase that really brings out my obsessive tendencies, video editing. First things first, re-encode and compress high-quality source material, balancing for both quality and bitrate. Next, fire up DaVinci Resolve, import all video and voiceover files, and this is where the lines begin to blur between writing and video editing. It wasn't entirely accurate to say that the writing was complete before this phase. The truth is that writing and video editing are two sides of the same coin. As I edit, I'll often think of better ways to phrase things, or find things that can be deleted. And as I rewrite, I'll visualize edits that better match the voiceover. In this particular video, I took a full day's break from writing so I could edit together the intro. This gave me time to reset and collect my thoughts, eventually enabling me to solidify the final structure of the overall essay. The main challenge for this video was finding a reasonable way to condense the sheer volume of 9 feature-length films into a single 20-minute video. The approach I decided on was creating a compilation of micro video essays, each one representing a different film, exemplifying the growth and changes Shinkai experienced at each stage in his career. The intro and conclusion served as bridges, tying everything together cohesively, illustrating how his body of work has evolved together as a whole. While I use this strategy for this particular video, it's not always the same for others. I approach any given subject with the source material first and foremost in my mind, bending and shaping the essay to the creative will of the subject. As the video's core structure emerged, it was time to piece together another essential aspect, the music. I sifted through hours of varying genres, moods, and pace, all to find the best match for each segment while staying consistent to the overall tone of the video. Sometimes I even spliced together completely different songs to get just the right sound. But with a baseline flow established, I could then shift focus to overall production value. Text effects, dynamic visual edits, audio mixing. Every video I've worked on has given me more valuable editing experience. Each time I learn a new effect, a new edit, it becomes quicker and easier in the next video. This allows me to spend more time experimenting, resulting in newer, more intricate, or more novel techniques to weave into later videos. More effects, more YouTube tutorials, more time spent, but the better the end product. Hopefully, anyway. At times, I may even spend hours working on a single 5-second clip. This is especially true when I run into bugs. Bugs. At times, the bane of my existence. While Resolve is an incredibly robust piece of software available for free, its main issues are the sneaky, soul-crushing bugs that randomly pop up, especially when working on large projects like this. Sometimes, for seemingly no reason at all, it will hang, lock up, or crash without warning. At least there's autosave. Clear caches, restart, delete temp files, restart again, question life, rinse, repeat, a never-ending nightmare. But eventually, there comes a magical time when I can declare the editing complete. And then comes rendering. Rendering a 20-minute 4K video with multiple layers of effects and edits can take 30 to 60 minutes at a time, if it doesn't randomly fail. Sometimes it will freeze midway or create visual artifacts, which means starting it all over again. But with render in hand, I can move on to quality control. I watch the video on multiple devices, checking the audio levels across different platforms and taking notes of any small errors or mistakes. Then I upload a copy to YouTube to check for any potential copyright issues. Anytime I make further edits due to mistakes, copyright issues, or rendering bugs, I have to re-render and wait another 30 to 60 minutes before checking the new copy. Rinse and repeat as needed. With the main video finally complete, the remaining tasks are the outro and thumbnail. When I decide to include an outro, I like to film myself with no script, so as to capture a snapshot of my feelings at the time. I then edit it down, add any applicable B-roll, and append it onto the end of the video. Once satisfied, I render everything out one last time and upload the final copy. But one final challenge remains: the thumbnail. How do you create an eye-catching image that people will click on? Something that represents the video while at the same time catches people's interest so they'll want to watch it? Well, I don't really know, to be honest. I'll take tons of different screenshots and try them out in Photoshop with many different fonts, edits, and effects, until I just finally settle on something that seems good enough. Then a few weeks later, I usually come up with some different idea and change it again, in some attempt to see if it helps at all. But it's kind of impossible to say if it does help or not. And that's about it. That's everything. A tale of a Tim Thoughts video essay. Start to finish. Total time, clocking in at over 100 hours. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, that was it. That was the process. That's how I make a video essay. I guess my goal with this video was to share with you all the work and effort that goes into any and every video that I make. they're not all the same, and definitely they don't all always take this long. But in general, this is my workflow. And this is how much effort and thought I put into all of my videos. Sometimes it's mind-numbing or soul-crushing, but it's all part of the process, a process that I'm glad that I can continue to work on and create new stuff. And that's what this video is all about. It's really about showing you guys, hoping that you can gain some insight, some perspective into what goes into creating not only just this particular video, but all the work that goes into creating any kind of art from whatever artists you enjoy. It's a labor of love, it's a labor of dedication and commitment and passion, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I really learned to appreciate and respect myself. After reviewing all this footage and putting together this video, I gained a lot more self-respect and self-appreciation for the work that I put in, because after I publish a video, I often just kind of forget how much effort went into it. Sometimes I'll spend hours just sort of banging my head on the table for any number of my videos, and then once it comes out and it sometimes doesn't do as well as I had hoped, or whatever the case, I just sort of get down on myself and kind of forget all the work and effort and passion that went into creating those videos. So for myself, this video stands as a testament to that effort and that work and that willpower. And so watching it back, doing all the editing, seeing just the sheer amount of footage and man hours that went into this Shinkai video, I've realized how much work I really put into all of my videos. And this was a good way for me to sort of reflect on that process and share my findings and insights with you. So hopefully that came across, and hopefully you gained some perspective in a similar way I did, not just for myself and my videos, but other artists out there, anybody who you appreciate and engage with their work. A lot goes into it, and that's just what I hoped to encapsulate with this video. But yeah, I think other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.